Welcome to this introduction to the TED eNotices2 application. eNotices2 is a free service provided by the EU Publications Office to submit public procurement notices for the supplement to the official journal of the European Union published on the TED website. It is an essential tool for buyers in the European Economic Area who do not have an e-procurement platform that integrates with TED. eNotices2 supports eForms, the EU standard for digital public procurement data as defined in the Commission Implementing Regulation of 2019. eForms offer a comprehensive structure to enhance buyer information and to inform the decisions of suppliers, governments and stakeholders. The homepage of the TED eNotices2 application links to more information on different topics. Use the preview environment of eNotices2 to safely test and practice creating, viewing, and submitting your notices without any risk of publishing on TED. Ensure that preview is in your URL. If you were using the old eNotices application, you can use the same EU login as before, and you can import your published notices from the TED website. For the preview environment, you will need a separate EU login account in the acceptance environment, so create a new account if needed. It is worth familiarizing yourself with the green menu at the top of the page, as it guides you through the main functions of the application. The My Notices function helps you to keep track of your notices. Here you can see your procedures and notice groups. Procedure groups contain all the related notices of the same procurement process. And you can see the notices themselves in their different stages: draft, submitted, published, etc. Each notice you create will have its unique identifier. The Actions menu on each line lets you easily manage procedures and notices. You can rename, transfer, or archive procedures, and you can edit, copy, preview, or export notices. The My Form Settings function is organized into 3 tabs. In Form Settings, we recommend that you define the legal framework and forms that you will use for your notices, as well as setting your default languages and currency. You can customize further if needed. In default field values, you can store information that you use often so that the fields can be filled quickly and consistently in your notices. Next to the labels, you will find a business term BT identifier. These are defined by the eForms regulation and can help you to locate fields in your notice during validation or support. If you need extra information, click on the blue icons to see the definition of the business term. The Main Buyer Settings tab represents your organization as the contracting authority or entity. It stores information that will be imported into the Organizations section when you create a new notice. In this tab, you have the option to create a structured organization. Be careful, because this irreversible action will mean you can no longer access your existing notices, as you'll start to act on behalf of an organization. You will be redirected to set up the organization's basic information, and your current form settings will become the settings of the new structured organization. The next function is the Address Book that allows you to add organizations that you often use when filling in notices. Simply click on Add a new address and provide a name for the organization. Easily add, update, and delete addresses, and you can also add organizations to your address book while filling in forms. The next function is My Workgroups. Workgroups are very useful to streamline collaboration inside or outside your organization. To start, simply click on Create a Workgroup and assign it a name. To manage the workgroup, select Actions, then Details. Once you click on Confirm, you will change your context and be taken to the Settings page of the workgroup. In Memberships, you can use Actions to edit the role of the user or to stop the membership of users. In Membership Requests, you can create an affiliation request, which means inviting another user to your workgroup. Fill in the required information, which will also send an email to your collaborator. In the other tabs, you can edit the membership roles and set up the form settings and default values that will apply to all notices that are created in the workgroup. Now you are all set for teamwork. Going back to the main menu, the last Function tab takes you to the creation of a notice, and this is covered by a separate video tutorial. You can find more information about your eNotices2 account by clicking on your username on the right upper corner of the screen. In the Delegation tab, you can delegate your account to one of your colleagues or to the help desk to get help in case of need. Clicking on your username also allows you to move from one context to another, from your personal organization to your workgroups. This brings us to the end of our introduction to eNotices2. We would like to remind you that we have a dedicated help page. Explore the YouTube playlist for eNotices2 webinars to learn more about the platform. For personalized assistance, reach out to our help desk. Thank you for following this tutorial.